what really drove me to develop the course was looking at the way religious traditions across the board, from here in America to Western Europe in the Middle Ages, to Africa and China and all around the world at different time periods and different situations, all different religions seem to start off with the presupposition that our bodies are somehow flawed. And I got to thinking about that. I was brought up that way. All my students that I've asked over the years at teaching this course have all said, yeah, from the very early age, I've been brought up to think somehow my body is flawed. Whether I've been, start off suffering like the Buddhists say, or sinful like a lot of the Christians say. I didn't do anything, but Adam and Eve did something, and that translates down to me. Or, the Jews say somehow we're separate from God, and that leads to some problems, and etc. Right? We all start off somehow flawed. But then, interestingly enough, for a low, low price in 1995, if you buy into what we're selling, you can fix the problem. Sparkle in my eye. Mm-hmm. Right? They all then seem to sell a product that fixes the problem. And put that way, it comes from watching too much late night infomercials or something. I began to see, well, wait a minute. Is religion about all this metaphysical stuff? Or on the one hand, yes, but on the other hand, they're also trying to sell this other thing. Well, let's fix the body. So when religions come into other areas and try to do missionary work, whether it's whatever religion, Christianity, Buddhism, or two that I'm familiar with in particular, they don't necessarily sell all of the theological stuff. They sell and try to promote issues that the people on the ground understand. And part of that begins with the physical body. And so often what they're talking about are problems with the body. And so it became very interesting looking at some of the Chinese materials as religions go into China, starting with Buddhism back in the 1st century. Buddhists are coming into China going, you got a problem with your body. Let's try to fix it. Let's give you a solution to try to fix it. It's really tough and you might not be able to fix it in this life, but we've got a solution for you that we can fix it. And when they put it in those terms, it becomes really clear what they're doing. It's not necessarily all about the metaphysical stuff. It's this really body-oriented issue that they're trying to do. And so thinking about it in those terms, then the rest of the class is thinking about, well, what different ways do religions try to change the body? Right? So they're thinking about it metaphysically, but they're also thinking about it physically. Losing weight, right? So trying to stop gluttony, trying to control sexuality, stop lusting, right? They're trying to say, well, if we look to certain African traditions, right, where they do scarification or tattooing and things, well, let's put some identity, let's put some social identity on the body so we can identify you. So you're not just out there, but you're part of our group. So we'll mark you. Right? And that happens in the Pacific Southwest, and what do you know, it happens here in America now as well, right? With piercings and tattooing and that kind of thing. And so there's this whole range of different body modifications that are outward and inward that religion promotes. Think about how many, especially around campus here, how many men have short hair versus long hair? How many women have short hair versus long hair? It's completely arbitrary, right? What does it matter? What difference does it make? culture says a lot about who has what, right? Who does what? Well, these are some of the explorations that we do in the class, thinking about why are these choices being made and who's making them and why do we buy into them. And so these are some of the things that we get to think about.